Have you recently smelt freshly baked bread and you thought, "Boy, this was for me"? Actually, that was what my morning was like. So I walked back to this woman with this big basket of agege bread on her head, and it smelled so great. And in that moment, I actually just wanted to indulge and get back into like that whole frenzy of wanting to love bread. But then I remembered one of the reasons why I decided to cut bread out of my diet entirely. It was mostly from the side of understanding that there's a place for discipline and discipline in the fact that bread is just comfort food. So most of the times it was easy to grab. It's something that you don't even need to have with any other thing healthy. That was for myself, right? And I thought it was important to clock this and then begin to, at the very least, make habits that you don't enjoy really difficult to indulge in. And I think that's one of the most important things I want to get out of this and then really talk about something that I've begun to do, which is on the side of conscious minimalism. So conscious minimalism on the side of what are you consuming, what are you engaging in, who are the people you're inviting into your life, and so much such things regarding that. So I'll be telling you about say maybe two, three, or four things that I've been able to see how to implement conscious minimalism in, and also how you maybe can at some point begin to infuse that into how you relate with yourself, how you engage with things you do, and essentially continue to live better. So, the first thing I would want to touch on is on the side of making things difficult. And I've already talked about it a bit on my relationship with bread. It's the same way with my relationship with people that I think are not great for my space. So you make it a bit difficult to have those conversations. At some point, there was a time I was consuming social media so much. And one thing I've been able to do to cut that out is like turning off all notifications from those places. So it means there's that friction. You need to find the apps, you need to go in there to even figure out if there was a notification to attend to. And most of being able to ensure that you put friction in places that are not serving you, it's typically does help a lot. Second place I've really been able to put in conscious minimalism and also even speaks into look and feel right now is early last month or sometime back, I had gone to see the esthetician. And on that day, my head was okay, one new product was going to get added to my routine because I felt like something was wrong. Because previously I'd always just been the one that has built my routine. Backstory is for the longest time, say from around 2020 to 2023, most of those times I was struggling with acne. I have acne prone, oily skin, oily combination skin maybe. But because my skin is acne prone and also sensitive, there were a lot of things I had to try and get into to figure out what routine works and doesn't work. And most of those has been done by myself. And this year, sometime in June, it was becoming a bit difficult because I was beginning to see a lot more breakouts, and especially anytime I returned to Lagos. And I thought, okay, yeah, I needed to talk to an esthetician. And when we had that conversation, what came out of it was I needed to take out a couple of products from my routine. Minimalism here again. And in just about, I think, 4 to 6 weeks after doing that, I've seen the rapid transformation. Even if for some days I still miss my nighttime routine or for some weird reason and all of that. But I've seen like rapid change and just seeing how being able to remove some things sometimes might be what you really need as opposed to adding some things into your life. And that's another point where I think conscious minimalism is something that's quite important. And for point three, so conscious minimalism also goes beyond skincare, it goes beyond food, it goes beyond our interact with social media. It also goes into our interact with people. So one thing that I found very helpful and that has kept me grounded is being able to audit the people in my life. And that's down to even work. So you can also do that and increase how you get the most from relationships, how you get the most for being in spaces. So for friendships, for relationships, for people, what has helped on the minimal end is really understanding what are the top relationships I need to have in my life? And then you begin to invest in those relationships that you've found to be very important relationships. And being able to invest in those now gives you the opportunity to realize that you don't need to have so much. You can have just this few that you have invested time and effort and all the love and care that you need to put in them to make them work. And that begins to serve you so much better than having just this gazillion people, just this gazillion things in your life. Whereas you can have just a few that are the right fit for you and that are the ones that can take you to where you need to be and help you live how you should truly live. But one thing that's really important to note is that conscious minimalism or minimalism generally is actually not denial. It's not about saying, I'm going to deny myself this, I'm going to deny myself that. It's about consciously picking out things that serve you, things that are important to you, and things that will take you to that person you want to be, and ensuring that you're nurturing those things as opposed to having so many things that you're not investing the right amount of energy, the right amount of time in, and you begin to lose what you should actually be preserving and all that you could gain from really holding great relationships or great material things in your life. And so, yeah, this is my invitation to you to audit every part of your life, audit the things you own. Maybe you let go of some, maybe you give out some. Audit the things you consume, audit the things you buy, audit the things you read, and really figure out, do I really need these things? And also audit the friendships in your life and the relationships in your life and figure out, are these people the people that I rock with? Are these people the people that would make me the person that I truly need to be and live my true full self? And once you're able to do that, yeah, you're on your way to so much more. Thank you for watching this video again. And for everyone who is at Live With Now and you're rocking with this, welcome home and see you in my next video.